to Anderson. Anderson, a Northern Iowa signee, hits an improbable shot.
Too,
yeah, hits a shot to win it. The officials do get together to decide if it went off or not. Now, the thing is it 0 on the clock or is it red at the buzzer? That's really what the rule is, okay? So I want to take you through a few things just because, you know what? We'll deal with it about... all right, so this is from 1650 The Fan on Twitter because everyone's going to have to chime in, say something. 1650 The Fan on Twitter, which is up in the Waterloo area. Replay shows the ball still in Anderson's hands with the game clock at 0, but it's close enough to prove why replay has made its way into professional and college level of sports. Congratulations to Waterloo West and Coach Barry Nobis on not seeing his season. Let's see, what else we got here? Mac Basketball News on Twitter said lights definitely weren't synced up at all, but Koss is correct in the sense that it was according to the rules. It's a shame the U.S. Cellular Center wasn't well prepared for the game, and that cost Waterloo West a possible trip to state. So Koss on Twitter wrote, in regards to last night's North Scott Waterloo West finish, here's what the high school rulebook states. You can argue red light and clock weren't 100% synced up, but the shot did leave his hands before red light came on. So that's the ruling. It's really not on the red light, not at the clock.
Either way, what a game, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, what a game.
I'm not done here, though.
Exciting for the kids in North Scott.
But you are going to be a little bitter if you haven't made it to state since 1994. And Waterloo West coach Cliff Baranobis is convinced a slow trigger on the clock, which was manned by North Scott staff, denied his team a landmark achievement.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun. He says, and you can read this quote again, the link is on ESPN1170am.com. At the end of the day, you've got kids in here, which is, he's referring to the Wahawk locker room, and you rob them. Everybody in this building knows it, including the North Scott fans. Common sense would tell you that on the catch, out away from the basket, he turns and shoots. It's not humanly possible. I don't want to discredit them, but that shot shouldn't count, and everybody knows it, says the coach from Waterloo West. Not too happy.
I don't think he's very happy, Jay.
He doesn't sound happy. We would be remiss if we didn't mention, though.
I'm going to have to ask anybody at home if they know that guy.
The coach?
Yeah.
On Twitter.
The name sounds familiar, but, I drink a lot, so what do I know?
Twitter is, I don't know if it's his
I'm a Quad City now, Jay.
I don't know if it's his wife or his daughter. On Twitter, she's reached out to Kevin Durant, and she's reached out to LeBron James to say, like, look, this shot shouldn't count. I don't know what they're going to do to overturn it, but
his wife is?
Somebody, with their last name, his last name sharing it. But
okay.
I would be remiss.
Just accept it for what it is. It was a great shot. The kid still had to catch and make the shot.
Yes, he did.
So,
hey, it is.
You know what? Somebody had to lose there. Let me throw it the other way.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the type of footage in these games like they do in the pros, and let's just say they rule against North Scott, then you have a coach and a bunch of kids that are disappointed in that end too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So somebody has to be disappointed.
To the returning players on the bench, you tell them season starts tomorrow or today. To the seniors, you say, hey, you had a great run. You put pride back into the school.
Yep.
Keep your head up. You don't want to hear this, but if this is the worst thing that happens to you, you're going to live a good life. Be proud of what you did.
You can always say I played in one of the greatest high school basketball games ever.
It wasn't in the state tournament or anything.
Right.
Again, all the way in Clinton, Davenport North was playing Dubuque Senior. Dubuque Senior was state runner-up last year. Davenport North, they had a buzzer beater as well with 9/10 of the second left to defeat Dubuque Senior and now send the Wildcats onto the Class 4A state tournament for the first time since 2003 and in Coach Polite's first year. So congratulations to Jaden Houston on putting that shot in. It was on an inbounds pass. It was underneath the basket. No, it wasn't 3/4 of the length down the court, but that doesn't matter. But then again, now we're sending two teams, and North Scott girls played yesterday in the first round of the Iowa State girls. So in the semifinals, they won. They beat Clear Creek Amana, I believe. Yeah. And so now we're sending Davenport North and North Scott into the Class 4A state tournament. Now the pairings will be out. Hopefully we don't see those two in the first round meet each other, but it's very possible. I mean, North Scott's probably going to be a 2 seed.
This is Des Moines trying to screw the Quad Cities once again.
somehow. Yeah, give them they've got a good.
Earth rotates around Des Moines. If you didn't know, Jay.
North is 16-8 on the year. I'm sure the rankings will be coming out soon to see.
Everybody, there is a stat cat in the house, by the way.
Yes.
Hey, gang.
Hey, Serge.
How we doing?
Doing all right, buddy.
I love your sweatshirt.
Thanks, man. Love your face.
Glad they made him, Surge size.
I was actually just talking to Sam about that yesterday.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Sam.
He said he'll get you one.
Yeah. Better go to Davenport Tent and Awning if he wants it to fit me.
Big and tall shop.
Well,
But
listen to Jay Foster sharing the love for North. That a boy.
yeah, I know.
North and North Scott.
I know. Well, North Scott made the top 10.
They made number 1.
Oh, it was number 1, right?
The Sports Center's top 10.
Yeah.
So our friend out
No,
there,
it was a hell of a shot. You got to give him that.
Yeah, our friend out there, JR, was like, "Oh, come on, guys, share, not to us, but just share the love." And Jay was right on it.
Oh, we're right on it.
Yeah.
That was my alma mater that they beat, Sergi.
Oh man,
I know.
To be honest with you,
are you doing okay?
I'm just fine.
To be honest with you,
I jokingly said that they cheated, so I hope anybody
Want
from
a
North Scott didn't take me.
beer bong a Malibu Splash about it?
Yep, might as well.
when I said
11 minutes in, Jay.
Yeah, when I sat down to write the ESPN 1170 blog about it, originally my intent was to say kind of more on the side of shot maybe shouldn't have counted. But then when I saw Koss's tweet that came in maybe about 45 minutes before I probably went down to put it all together.
Well, the refs are following what they need to follow. They're following the red light.
No, I'm not going to go human errors anywhere. I don't care if it's North Scott or if they had ties in North Scott.
It looked late, right?
Yeah, but the red light, it's all the red light. It's not the clock. And I think you were just walking in. What the coach from Waterloo West is referring to is that the trigger on the clock was manned by North Scott staff.
Right.
Yeah,
Homers.
Yeah, all the way in Cedar Rapids.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How was it manned by North Scott staff?
That's not on me, T. Roy. I don't know.
Oh, now he's pissed.
No, I'm just saying, like.
Let's just splash about it.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, why? One, is that true? I highly doubt that.
I think it's true. I think that's not the first time I heard that.
Did you see my alma mater's buzzer beater last night?
No.
Me neither.
All right. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, but I'm just like, at the same time, I'm like, well, if that is a situation that you allow in high school sports where one team is managing that button, okay, maybe you should have somebody impartial doing that.
Yeah, maybe some neutral, impartial.
Then you don't have any issues. I mean, per se, as they're saying that so and so is.
You and I can do that next time.
No, they don't pay enough. You know what? I'm excited for North Scott and North. It's gonna be great. Hopefully, like Jay said, hopefully they don't have to square off. Maybe we can get a all Eastern Iowa final. That'd be cool. That kid from North Scott that made the shot, he's special. That's coming from Matt Erickson. He didn't even contact me on Facebook or Twitter to tell me that, but
you just knew.
I just knew. But that kid is good, man. I was watching the highlights that Dazzle threw out on Twitter itself from the highlight zone or whatever he does there. But yeah, he had a hell of a game, man. He's a good player. So
special,
good, clean, and wholesome.
Speaking of special, Perdon't. Did again.
Dang it.
Dun dun dun.
I know. Are you heartbroken?
I did not see it going that way. I
thought Iowa was
going to wax them.
I did too. A lot of controversy in that game, though. A lot of players saying they're getting shoved in the back and the refs weren't calling it. But I mean, how do you not get calls at home? I don't know. Real odd. You know what? Purdue has their number. Let's just. You know what the good thing is? Hopefully, Purdue gets beat before we have to see them in the Big Ten tournament. How about that? And this is what we need. We are big,
that's
huge Buckeye fans right now.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
If they beat Illinois.
I don't care.
And then we beat Illinois.
You can't make me cheer for the Buckeyes.
Okay.
Ever.
Just do it. Come on.
Couple things.
There's a word that cannot be spelled without OSU.
Mm-hmm. You can't say it on the air.
Oh. I can't say it on the air.
I was going to say it.
I'll text you.
I know.
The quarterfinals for Class 4A, the matchups have been announced. They start Tuesday, March 10th. North Scott did not get the number 2 seed.
What did they get?
They did not get the 3 seed. They did not get the 4 seed. At 22-1, North Scott got the 5 seed.
How? Are these other teams undefeated ahead of them?
No, Ankeny and Centennial's 23-1. We'll have to go back and look at some type of RPI, and we'll do that at a break. Again, I've never really broken this down too far. Hey, we have a phone call.
Okay.
You ready?
You're on Don't Hassle So Local. Who are we talking to?
Hey, JR.
JR.
What's up, Big Cat?
Hey, not too much, guys. Hey, I think the rankings are out already. I believe North plays Ankeny. North is the number 8 seed, and they'll play the number 1 seed, Ankeny. And North Scott, I believe, is the number 5, and they'll play the number 4 seed. And I'd be lying if I could remember who it was, darn it.
It's Waukee. I'm looking at him right now.
Yep.
I just pulled him up. Yep. What we said we're going to do is probably try to look at an RPI to see how they came up with this. I mean, because you're looking at Cedar Falls is 21-2. They got the 2 seed. City West is 21-2. They got the 3 seed. And then 4 is Waukee, 21-2. Now,
there you go.
Obviously, probably 2 of those losses are to Ankeny Centennial, or maybe 1 win is against Ankeny Centennial, and they got a higher one. City West 21-2, Cedar Falls 21-2. They could have flip-flopped, so we have to look at their schedule because then you get your power ranking by beating those teams that are ranked higher. North Scott's victories, I don't know, there's not many ranked teams on the eastern side of the state. Now they've got a couple against Davenport North, of course. So
they could. I think they can meet at the next round, though. I think.
If they both win, they're going to meet in the semifinals. Yeah.
Anyways, hey, my phone's gonna die. Good job, boys.
Thanks, JR. Appreciate it. Yeah.
I like to know I'm not the only one living with that pain. Yeah. My phone's always on the verge of like 100% and 0. There's never like any like mid ground. My battery wears out in like 3.5 seconds every time. Isn't that weird? Don't you feel bad for me, Jay?
I just don't.
I don't feel like you do.
I'm gonna pull up the final RPI here in a second. No, because I started a thing where at a very good time at night, I have a charging station and I take my Apple Watch and my phone down and I leave it there for the night.
Well, that's what I do too.
So you're that much. You got to close some apps or something. There's no way you should burn through it that much.
I'm already at 33%.
Is Apple doing that thing where they're ruining your battery and now you can put your name on a class action suit for $50?
I don't know.
You better check into that. Apple's phone might be slowing your battery down.
You think?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Well, because you shouldn't be at 33% already if you charge your phone all night long and it's only 12:15.
Conspiracy.
Well, I did have about 30 apps open.
Okay, that's going to start right there. Now we found a problem.
How many of those apps do you use?
None of them were I using. Oops. I basically use the phone, the Twitter, and the text. That's about it.
Yeah.
Twitter.
And then every now and then I use a couple different ones.
I gotcha.
You did bring up the Iowa loss last night to Purdue, 77-68. Luka Garza became
all-time leading scorer.
Became the first Hawkeye in program history to register 700 points in a season, breaking John Johnson's 50-year-old record of 699 points in 1970. Recorded his team-leading 15th double-double. He was 26 points and 12 rebounds. He also surpassed Peter Joke, Greg Bruner, Don Nelson, Andre Woolridge for 12th on Iowa's all-time scoring chart last night. 20 points for the 15th consecutive Big Ten game. Posted his NCAA leading 12th 2010 rebound performance. It did snap Iowa's 13-game winning streak. Fran really wasn't too upset about it in his post media. He did talk about how he had to get on the team just a little bit. He said that when he was asked,
to scratch back to lose by 9.
Mm-hmm. He was talking about
they were down like 42-21 at one point. It was rough.
They asked about laying into the team and how Fran really hasn't very much this year, but he had to early on in the game, and he replied, "I did early because if I was ever going to, that's always the same. Okay, we didn't execute the things we had talked about executing. You're going to miss shots. They're going to miss shots. They give scholarships too." But he said went on to say there were 4 or 5 things that happened that were very uncharacteristic of our team. He's over there playing with his phone trying to make sure. I felt like
downloading new features apps.
So he felt like he had to jump in and get him focused a little bit and better lock him in. He didn't go on to mention anything about the refereeing or anything. How it got a little too scrappy in there. But he did mention that it was a very underwhelming performance, and that they've had 3 of those, 2 of them against Purdue and 1 against DePaul. But he's encouraged that they're going to keep fighting and move on and keep challenging, especially going into the Big Ten tournament. So
got a Chopper wants you to know it's Peter Jock, not
Peter Joke, Jock,
not Joke.
I don't. All right,
he's upset.
Chopper and about 17 other people that have already texted me.
Really?
He's getting ripped.
Good.
We know it's not wrestling, Jay. We get it. You don't know
Jay's
the
phone
names.
number, everybody, is 563.
GFY.
Okay, so continue with what I mentioned yesterday about all the top 25 teams that lost on Saturday. Yesterday, 1, 2, 3, 4 more teams out of the top 25 lost. Only one of them was not an upset. Michigan State beating number 16 Michigan State, beat number 20 Penn State, but Iowa losing to Purdue. Number 9 Maryland lost to Rutgers, and number 6 Kentucky lost to Tennessee. College basketball, March Madness, baby.
March Madness, or as those of us in the wrestling world, March Madness.
Oh.
Or for those who are you and I and MVC basketball fans, Arch Madness, because they play in St. Louis.
I get it.
So I don't want to leave anybody out, especially all those Peter Jock fans. So
he's not salty either.
get after it. Don't worry about anything else I do today. Let's just keep commenting on that, and I'm sure everything will be cream cheese.
You know what you should do?
Yeah, you know what you should do.
Pronounce her names right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was lucky to say Bruner right. Don Nelson.
Bruna.
Yeah.
This is Bruno.
Yeah. But no, again, going back to what we started off with, congratulations to North Scott Lancers. Congratulations to the girls team for winning the first round of the NCAA girls state basketball, and congratulations to Davenport North Wildcats as well. And we've got that to talk about in about 20 minutes. We'll have Sean Loader from the Mississippi Valley Fair in. Talk to us for a little bit. Like I said, in the second hour, we're going to have Bobby Metcalf from the Quad City Times in. He'll weigh in a little bit about some of the postseason stuff that's been going on. Talk to us about the Storm as well. But
can't wait to see
we got
Bobby.
Things to talk about. We've got
he's such a chipper fella.
we've got DFS stuff to do because it's Wednesday, and I'm the only one that's going to remind you that golf starts on Thursday. Because if not,
what do you mean?
if I don't do it, then it'll be Friday, and I'll be like, wait, I thought we were supposed to talk about golf, and
starts tomorrow.
Yeah, but the thing is remember last summer we would have Sargent on, and sometimes Sargent got busy.
Yeah.
And then it'd be Wednesday, and then after the show, I'd be like, hey, you'd say like, oh man, I got to get my golf picks in. I was like, yeah, we're supposed to talk about a show. Give me some reminders.
I'm sorry. I think I'm getting blamed here.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at you.
Not even on text thread.
Yeah, I'm looking at you. But
Chopper.
I did my homework on the Arnold Palmer and the course, and we got to find some. We got to do some DFS because this is fun stuff. I like DFS.
I'd rather have a John Daly.
I'd rather have a John Daly too. That's just not happening.
Marvin, where you at?
Every time I've mentioned alcohol, T-Ray just starts looking around today.
Well, he's cleaning Harrington's. He can make some drinks and bring them here. I don't see why not. 3 John Dalys, Marv. All right. Are we doing an ad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you wanted to go to commercial.
Yeah, I said when we come back.
All right, Quad Cities Vans Pizza More out by the Plex at the corners of Middle Forest Grove Roads is open and ready for business. It is March, everyone. The Reuben Pizza is back, and now they are doing personal pizzas and burger baskets. All you have to do call is 563-232-1396. Vans Pizza More will have that stuff hot and ready for you to carry out, or you can have it delivered. 563, once again, that number is 563-232-1396. Vans Pizza More, 5023 Competition Drive in Bettendorf.
Hey, when we come back, let's take a look at how some of the Big Four are changing their policies when it comes to marijuana.
Marijuana.
All right.
This is WQAD's Matt Randazzo, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local on ESPN 93.5.
The Storm return to the Tax Slayer Center this weekend to take on the Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs and Birmingham Bulls. Friday is Pirate and Princess Night presented by Surface Master and Family Focus. Get to your seats early for $2 beers and hot dogs until puck drop. Saturday is Marvel Superhero Night presented by TVK Bank. The first 1,000 fans get a Captain America bobblehead, and the Storm will be wearing Black Panther, Captain America, and Iron Man jerseys. They'll be auctioned off after the game. And come back on Sunday for Pucks and Ponds Day presented by Nestle Purina. All tickets are just $10 and you can get them at QuadCityStorm.com.
Very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Dan and Stu, not only is the shipping container headlined by Roy and Chris opening up the Cat's Den pregame, but I have just received word that the shipping container will be playing sumo hockey during the second intermission.
Wow.
All right.
Let me know how that goes.
Billy doesn't look in. Why is Billy
down for this too,
Why is
or
Billy skeptical? Billy, I think I should do that with you guys.
I mean, you're lucky you won't need a costume.
Because you're fat.
Oh, man, no.
I heard it the first time off the mic. Thank you, Chris.
Hammered it home, though.
That would be funny. Let's do it that way, actually. You guys are in the costume, and I'm just out there as myself.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
The experts at Helitech know that a sinking foundation is a serious problem. Uneven floors, separated baseboards, windows or doors that stick can all be signs of significant structural damage that needs to be addressed. Call the foundation repair experts at Helitech to get your free estimate today. If you don't address your foundation issues, they will lead to more serious issues, such as bowed walls, water damage, and even structural collapse. As your hometown foundation repair contractor for over 30 years, Helitech uses industry-leading solutions to repair your sinking foundation. Your home is the largest investment you will typically make. Who better to trust with your family's home than Helitech? They healed my home. They'll heal yours too. Helitech.
Heal your home with Helitech.
Very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Roy, who is feeling older every day, and I think this is universal for people in sports, that you sort of can calendar your own age by guys you saw growing up playing when you loved sports, having kids who are now playing sports. But Roy has never felt older than he did during the break when, very sadly, he just said to me, Frank Gore's kid has enrolled at Southern Miss, and it's the first time you can remember an active athlete of any sort having a kid, but it's only because Frank Gore has been in the league 4 yards at a time since 1982.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere.
Why would you when you can still get 4 yards?
Frank Gore Jr. is going to put it on the poll, Antonio. Is Frank Gore Jr. going to retire from football sooner than Frank Gore Sr.?
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
From his hit TV show, The Carbonaro Effect, magician Michael Carbonaro is coming to Quad Cities for an electrifying live performance that families nationwide cannot stop talking about. All ages welcome, Friday, April 10th, Rhythm City Casino Resort. Reserve seats on sale now at RhythmCityCasino.com. Don't miss out on your chance to feel the effect of Michael Carbonaro live.
Believers, you can close your eyes.
Not the same old song and dance. New and different every day. Don't hassle us. We're local. Noon till 2 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Welcome back to ESPN 1170. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. Live here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright TV and Security. You know, that was the one thing I didn't know that you. This is where we should have had just a Porquito show prep, because this was the one that I wanted to do. Remember yesterday I wanted to do the first Tuesday, make a segment, and I'll do our worst first takes.
No.
Oh, that's what I wanted to do yesterday.
Okay.
Maybe you left in time. Maybe you left before that. I wanted to do a segment where we do it instead of first take, because, you know, they've all got to have, like, some controversial one. Like, you know, it's the, are we sure that North Scott won that game, or did Waterloo choke it off?
Yeah.
I want to go down to some of the timeouts they called that they wasted. And then they have to wait for him to go for about 45 seconds, and then the next one comes back, and then they yell at him like, how dare you, they were robbed. Sometimes there's a little show prep where we can just yell at each other like that. But I thought today when I was up earlier, I was like, this would be a perfect dumb segment to do. just to be like, are we sure that Waterloo West didn't just choke that off? But just one of those things. I was doing some reading here, and that with public support of marijuana legalization at an all-time high, more athletes are using cannabis to treat pain.
Are they? Is it more now?
That's what they're telling their doctors.
Before.
They're telling their doctors when they can get it.
Now that it's legal, we can do it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Then they have to go for medical marijuana, though. Because recreational is legal in 11 states now, plus the District of Columbia, and medical marijuana is permitted in 33. So that's why they're using it now more, because it's permitted. Before they're like, I may have aches and pains, but good old aspirin will be fine for me.
Yeah, well, they didn't want to break the law.
Yeah.
Roll.
What?
101 of the 123 teams across NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL play in those states, roughly just over 80%. Some of the policies that they're using, while the NHL still tests for cannabis, there is no punishment for positives. But if a player has abnormally high levels of THC, the active ingredient in marijuana, it's treated as a matter of health care, as like such alcoholism would be. In Major League Baseball, we know that in December, MLB removed marijuana from its list of banned substances and now treats it the same as alcohol. Players do, however, remain subject to discipline for using or possessing the drug, and the league sent a memo to teams last week warning them not to show up to the ballpark high. Don't come high to your job.
Why not?
Because MLB said so. They had to send a memo.
Just a reminder.
Hey, guys, I don't know. I know we passed this in December, but some things have been taken out of context. Just want to let you know, when you come to your job, try to be sober. The NFL, the proposed CBA that's going on right now, which the players are going to vote on soon, would dramatically reduce the testing window from nearly 4 months to 2 weeks, raising the threshold for positive tests. So apparently for a positive, it's 35 nanograms. It's going to move it up to 150, and it would eliminate suspensions for positive tests. In the NBA, marijuana remains on the NBA's list of banned substances, and players are subject to 4 random tests during the regular season, with punishments escalating from entering a drug program for the first positive test to a $25,000 fine, to a 5-game suspension for a third, to a 10-game for a fourth. You think NBA needs to get on ball here? So only 22 teams are located in states where neither type of use is legal. That is recreational or medical. Over a third of them are in Texas. 8 teams across the 4 are in Texas. I think we're all on the same page here, right? That it probably should be. I mean, is this a matter anymore? Like, I don't know. They can tax the hell out of it, right?
Right. I don't know.
It's a dead issue.
I'm pretty impartial on the whole thing.
I am too. I don't care if they do it or whatnot. Like, I don't know why we have to go about this. I can't believe the NBA still has it listed as a banned substance. In the NFL, we thought that they were doing it only to get the proposed CBA to be signed.
That was an old Robin Williams joke about it. It's at what point does it become a performance-enhancing drug?
Yeah.
It enhances many things. Sights, sensations, colors, tastes.
But not.
It doesn't make you empowered.
No.
Only if you put a giant Hershey bar in the basket.
No. I just can't imagine doing any of this stuff like the MLB when they warn you not to come to the ballpark high. I don't ever want to face a 98 mile an hour heater.
They had to take away a gold medal in the Olympics for Shaun White for testing positive for marijuana. He's a snowboarder.
Yeah. If he can do it, I mean, she should get 2 medals if you can do that stuff. After
I don't even know why they even needed to test him.
Yeah,
they
that's
asked
a
him
good
if he wanted
point.
to be on a Wheaties box. He said no, Count Chocula.
Yeah.
Did he really say that?
No.
I mean, that seems like something that would happen. I got to ask.
We've talked a lot about gambling going on, and that the DraftKings app is up. If you want to use that app to do it, the only thing is if you get that app, you must step foot into the Clinton Casino, the Wild Rose, the DraftKings Sports Bar, and then verify your geofencing, and then it will activate it from there. So if you're in the area, you're going there to do it, and you want to use DraftKings, go ahead. Other than that, you can still do the DraftKings daily lineup, and it's something we're going to look at soon. But
are they going to start drug testing for esports?
They should, if they're going to. I mean, I don't really think they should.
Imagine?
I just think it should be fair.
They should.
Yeah.
Why not?
But New York.
What about show choir?
New York.
They should if you're going to take Jim away from it.
Drug test or show choir?
You should have to, Jim.
Nah.
Listen, the state of New
Kids
York
got moves today.
has 27 days to get the mobile sports betting on the budget.
Looked to me like Phyllis was on coke.
The state lost $6.2 million in tax revenue in 2019.
Which state did?
New York, because a projected $837 million in wagers went to New Jersey, where New Yorkers regularly travel to place mobile bets. $837 because these lawmakers can't get together and say, like, yeah, we need to make gambling legal. $6.2 million in tax revenue, and now they have 27 days to get this done.
I won't say it. I'll just sit here and be quiet.
Oh, I don't care what affiliation you have or whatsoever. $6.2 million in tax revenue because people are traveling across the state to bet projected. You know, New Jersey.
They shut down. Shut down an Amazon.
New Jersey beat
distribution center in that state.
New Jersey beat Nevada for the first time.
Yeah. It's because the largest population city in America is hop, skip, and a jump from where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Keep it up, New York. Jersey's loving it.
I just don't. I mean, this is a no-brainer. All you have to do is just read that on the floor, right? Say, hey, everybody, let's just vote unanimously and move on to something else. It's ridiculous. I'm clearly not a politician.
Jay, they're politicians. They got to figure out how they're going to get their cut.
I'm clearly not a politician.
They haven't figured out how to get their juice. Mm-hmm. They're all criminals. Just another. It's not. It's just another form of organized crime, except we elect them into office. Period. Sooner we all realize it, the better off we'll be.
We are going to have to take a break here soon, but today, in 1993, Jim Valvano delivered his iconic "Don't Give Up, Don't Ever Give Up" speech after receiving the Arthur Ashe Courage and Humanitarian Award at the first annual ESPN Awards. Some of the things in the quote he says, "To me, there are three things we all should do every day. Number one is laugh. Number two is think. And number three is you should have your emotions move to tears. That's a full day. That's a heck of a day. You do that 7 days a week, and you're going to have something special." Went on to talk about cancer and said, "Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind. It cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul. And those three things are going to carry on forever. I thank you, and God bless you all." That is a speech that still, every ESPY you think about that. They did that now. 1993. Obviously, they moved this to July because they try to go during the downtime sports. But, this day in history, March 4th, 1993.
It's no Caitlyn Jenner, but, it'll do.
No.
That's so funny. That is so funny.
No, it's not.
He was so brave.
Yep.
So brave. Like that ding dong that got arrested downtown for putting his fake cans on the glass at Barrel House. You all heard about that? I know we did.
What does that have to do with anything?
Whatever. Just the whole. Yeah, he's brave.
Talk about it some more.
Yeah. Caitlyn Jenner's brave. Mm-hmm.
I'm not comparing it, and I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying where you traveled with this story is a little bit
down the rabbit hole.
The guy downtown last weekend really set back the movement. That's all I'm saying.
In your eyes, in our local area, yes. I agree with. Is this a thing? Do you know about this?
No, I don't.
Oh, see, then it's not moving.
Tell me more.
Serge knows about it.
I don't.
Oh, you didn't hear about this?
No.
I don't know if I should say
You can tell the fake
public record. You get arrested.
You can tell the story before we go to break. I'm allowing it. I allow it. Ding, ding, the jig gavel.
The cross-dresser had
true story.
Had what do you call it?
They had fake
breasts. But it's a not fake as an implanted into your body.
Kind of like a costume.
Like a prosthetic costume.
Yeah. You wear around your neck.
And they were walking around with them exposed.
Okay.
And they look very real. and was told at a local establishment that you can't walk around like that. You need to either cover up or leave, and then proceeded to throw glassware at this establishment.
Oh, wow.
And then walked down the street and pressed them against the glass at the Barrel House so that the customers inside could see his breast.
Nice.
And he was subsequently arrested.
Wow.
For drunk and disorderly, not lewd exposure because they're fake.
So if he wasn't drunk, he was well within his rights.
Apparently.
I know my rights.
I don't know.
Put my fake movies everywhere.
I don't know. Just different times, man.
Oh,
I don't know what to
news
say.
today.
I mean, if you're down there eating with your family and that happens, what do you tell your kid? I don't know what to tell my kid. Daddy, what's that? It's just some dingbat. What's the line from Hoosiers, Jay?
There's two types of stupid in this world, mister. There are two types of stupid in this world. Those who run around naked barking at the moon, and the other is a man that does the same thing, but only it's in my living room. One of those you're forced to deal with.
All right.
That's it. Period.
Yep. Yeah, well, it's something else.
It's something.
Yeah. But that's not anything to do with how we got to that about the day in history in 1993, but oh well. But
I'm distracted.
This wasn't you, was it, T-Ray?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't
know.
know.
I haven't been arrested in a long time.
Okay, me neither.
In a long time.
All right, let's take a break and come back. We'll have Sean Loader from Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds.
All right, my little buddy Chopper's out there listening. I know he is, and he needs to stop going to his social media sites, asking everybody where they get their oil change, who does tattoo work, or where he's going to grab some lunch. Chopper should know to grab a Locals Love
Who wants my lunch money?
That's right. He has an easy-to-navigate table of contents to help him find what he's looking for. Or, Chops, just pick up your little phone, go to localslovers.com, click on Quad Cities, and browse the favorites. It's easy to use, Chops, and they even rank the most popular places for
everything
you.
he owns little?
It must be.
Okay.
He has a big car, though. That's Chopper, our buddy from Locals Lovers. He's your guide to the best.
This is Matt Koss of the Quad City Times, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Online sports betting is here with EliteSportsbook.com. If you are an active Rhythm City Casino Resort Club member, go to EliteSportsbook.com now and follow the prompts to start betting. Not a Resort Club member? Visit Rhythm City to join today. Bet with Elite Sportsbook at Rhythm City Casino Resort or online now. More ways to get in the game with EliteSportsbook.com and Rhythm City Casino Resort. Must be 21. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
See. Very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Did you see what happened with Kyle Rudolph? Because it reminded me of you for all of the wrong reasons. Kyle Rudolph went to Twitter and pointed out that a media member had asked him for his gloves that he cheated to win the game against the Saints with. And he said, sure, for charity, of course. I'll even sign them for you since it's for charity. And then he gave it to the media member, then saw it being sold on eBay for $375 plus $6 of shipping, and just pointed out that that was wrong. And not only is it wrong, it's fireable.
Listen, I have since apologized. I mean,
you apologize? You've been leaving messages on Kyle Rudolph's machine?
Yes, Rudy.
Charity's the name of my wife.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
When storm damage hits, All Major Restorations is your insurance claim specialist. Loose or missing shingles, dented siding, or damaged windows. All Major Restorations of the Quad Cities works with your insurance company, making the process quick and easy. The insurance company has people fighting for them. Let All Major Restorations work for you. Residential, commercial, and industrial. There's a reason they have an A+ accredited Better Business Bureau rating. Storm damage estimates are always free. Visit amrestorations.com. All Major Restorations of the Quad Cities.
The Will Kane Show.
Joe Judge became head coach of the New York Giants. As I walked up today in the hallways, Mike A gave me that good to see you smile. It's more like a wince because Nuno was nearby. We weren't really worried about anger so much as hurt feelings.
It was an apologetic look, like you'd see when you know somebody's had a rough day, like, how you holding up, big guy? How you doing, champ?
Wait a minute. We're all about honesty here. No one's like that. We want to see each other miserable. Like, that's what everyone was hoping for, is that I would be miserable. Because it would have just been great for the show, right? Like, I would have to produce the show, and on a Monday after Jason Garrett's just sitting here clapping away, and then I can't even speak.
And just out of curiosity, not for any personal interest of mine or Mike A's or Bubba's, how miserable are you?
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
What are you doing for your 65th birthday, Sharon?
Oh, a cute little picnic with the grandbabies. I'm a bit worried, though. I really need to get enrolled in Medicare and buy a Medicare supplement plan. But there are so many supplement plans out there. It's so complicated.
Aw, don't worry. Health IQ helped me save 24% on a Medicare supplement plan, and it only took a few minutes.
You saved 24%? That's big savings. How'd Health IQ do it?
Their experts know that living a healthy lifestyle is associated with lower rates of heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. So because I'm active, it just makes sense that I should pay less.
An insurance agency that rewards you for living a healthy lifestyle? That's a smart idea. I'm going to healthiq.com now so I can focus on my big day.
Just go to healthiq.com/Medigap to start saving.
healthiq.com/Medigap?
Yep, that's HEALTHIQ.com/MEDIGAP.
Health IQ is an agency offering plans from different insurance carriers. No government or Medicare affiliation. Coverage and special rates not available in all counties or cases.
Talk about the Cubs, Bears, and all the local sports every day with Don't Hassle Us, We're Local, noon to 2. From the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
We're back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us Local on AM 1170, the K-Bob Arena.
In studio,
we have a guest,
Sean Loader from the Mississippi Valley Fair, and you've got a big bash coming up here on the 13th and 14th.
Yes, sir.
This is going to be the St. Patrick's Day Bash at the Mississippi Valley Fair Center. Like I said, the 13th and the 14th. The doors open at Friday at 5:30. And on Saturday, they open at 11 a.m., and it's free admission. Nice. Looking at the lineup here, I do see Big Undies Doug Brundies.
He's huge underwear, by the way.
He'll be playing from 11:31.
Do you have a place for him to hang his underwear after he gets done playing?
Oh, yeah,
because he's very sweaty as well. So you got to be careful with that Doug Brundies guy when he's playing at your place.
Yeah, we keep him backstage.
He drowned a small child once.
Did you bring more of those? Oh, nice. All right. So on Friday, the bands that are playing will be Roadside Circus, Spam Halen, and Project X.
Spam Halen. I bet they play a lot of Van Halen. Is that true?
Yeah, it's Van Halen tribute.
Are they local?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, you do?
Yeah. That's clever.
That's going to start at 6 with Roadside Circus. Project X will go on at 10:45. Spam Halen at 8:30. And then, like I said, doors open on Saturday at 11. Doug Brundies will be on 11:30 to 1.
Cheese pizza is always a lot of fun.
North of 40, 1 to 3. Electric Shock. That's a AC/DC cover.
Yes, I saw them when they were kind of just getting started.
From 6 to 8. Here we go.
What?
It's Casey Musigman. Someone going to text in that I pronounced Casey's name. Musicman.
And Jay Fooster. He'll get you every time.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Faster, by the way.
All right, then we've got Relentless from 8:30 to 10:30. Is there happen to be 3 guys in this band?
No, it should be it's probably more than that.
Because he wants to know if it's Jason Aldean.
Jason Aldean.
It's Wyatt from Dirt Road Rockers. They're starting a new.
Oh, because Jason Aldean, until he came to concert, I thought he was just a trio. I didn't realize it was one dude. So
it's just a joke.
That's my country music joke for the
Twisted Sister. Never heard of her.
Get him out more often.
Thanks, Sean. And finally, from 11 to 1 is Cheese Pizza. Smoking Butts is going to be serving corned beef and cabbage. This will be at 2815 West Locust Street. For reserve your table today, call 563-326-5338. And then Flying Leprechauns are going to be a Saturday at 3 p.m.
What is Smoking Butts?
It's a barbecue joint.
Yeah.
Where's it at?
They actually have a restaurant now out there on Northwest Boulevard in that golf course.
I've never heard of them.
They were out there for the chili cook-off.
In the
Like
Red
hand
Hawk,
in hand. Yeah.
In the Red Hawk Golf Course.
Yep.
Oh, they do a great job. So this keeps you busy, and then we also will talk a little bit later on about the Mississippi Valley Fair. How do you go about like getting all this stuff, Sean, like together? Like, do you like even like the fair? Are you already planning for like 2021?
Yes.
So the acts and everything else. I know when we had you on before, like they're just because
the guy's gonna wait till the week before.
I'll tell you. Here's the deal with the fair. With the fair hands down, you took over what 2 years ago now?
Now this will be my 4th year.
Before, all right, see, it goes so fast.
Yeah, it goes by fast.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I mean, and I'm not a fair goer per se, but I'm looking at the way the acts have gotten better. They've gotten better.
So now,
I mean, you got Pitbull, Shinedown, Keith Urban.
So you don't go to the fair though, but do you comment on Facebook how
good or bad
lineup? Yeah.
Well, I'm commenting on right now that's telling you how good it is.
Okay, so
I don't go to Facebook, by the way. Yeah. But no, you're doing a great job.
I typically go about one night each year, roughly, maybe two. It depends, and you know what? I'm not going to. I might not be the biggest fan of a band, but if I'm going to go to the show, I'm going to go and I'm going to have a good time. I'm not going to go and complain.
I mean, like I say and a lot of people that get on there and go, it's horrible lineup. I'm never going.
It's a great lineup.
You know what? Even if you don't like the lineup, even with all the other buildings I had that we put, local bands in, you go with your friends, have a few drinks, have a good time, and forget all the problems and.
No, you've been doing great since you've taken over. I think you've been bringing in what I would say more popular acts, as in like newly popular, and not that even the ones that were before were bad, but it's the fair.
Okay, so one of the biggest cliche ones last year that everybody wants to bag on right away.
Well, Nickelback.
Okay, want to know what show I went to last year? Nickelback. Want to know the show I had a great time at last year? Nickelback. It was an awesome show.
All right, I don't like Nickelback.
I don't either.
But I could understand the fact that that's a good draw.
They were phenomenal.
Let me tell you something about
people
that.
like Nickelback. I don't.
If I had a nickel,
look at this photograph.
If I had a nickel for every time I read something negative about Nickelback, I would have enough to pay for my $75 fun card that's on sale through June 30th.
Ooh, Jay, do you have a fun card I can borrow?
I haven't had enough to pay for the band as much slack I got.
Okay, so not only did they put on a great show, not only do I try to I'm a pretty positive person. Like I'm going to go and I'm going to have a good time, but everything at the fair for you non-fair goers out there, it is not just one trick pony. There's the main show. There's the farmer's tent. There's this. There's Doug playing in the grandstand or something outside afterwards.
Do we got to go see Doug?
Yeah, he's there every day.
God, I mean, Doug's there all the time.
You can't go there and not see Doug, actually.
And Doug will be singing the national anthem, I think, 3 of the nights.
That's good.
Concerts,
well, they put Doug in a pen and he eats hay after he gets done playing. He's one of the prize heifers.
Yeah.
But it's funny that we have you here on Wednesday because we always have a thing where we say like, you know what you should do Wednesday, and I know that's what you get like year round. Well, good job.
Well, Jay, you know what you should do? Strive to be Keith Urban. You want to know why?
Because he's married to.
Guess who he gets to do what to every night?
Hold hands with.
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman, thank you.
Do you have a mechanical bull out the fair?
She's going to be there.
She's going to be there?
We used to, but
that'd be great.
That, like, as being more in the bar industry.
No, I'm going to say she's going to be there. She's going to sell tickets.
That's right.
I'm just going to keep saying it. Sean told me that Nicole Kidman's going to be there. This is going to go on now through August. Yeah.
Well, he was $750,000, so hopefully he sells some tickets.
I'm gonna reach out to Nicole Kidman on social media and ask her all the time if I can borrow her fun ticket
for a fun card.
Fun card, yeah.
Just leave her alone. Just leave her alone.
Hey, do you have a fun card I can borrow, Nicole Kidman?
Keith Urban will not come because of you now. Thanks a lot, Jay. But don't be messing with Pitbull either, man.
I'm not. I don't want anything to do with him.
Hey, going back to Nickelback, though, I saw 28,000 people were probably at that show.
Yep.
And that's what it's about. I mean, even Pitbull, I'm getting a lot of slack on Pitbull, but I'm getting more response. Oh, yeah, people are like, you're going to have so much trouble. Pitbull's going to blow away Nickelback. I'll sell out with Pitbull this year.
I guarantee you will. Yeah. Pitbull's going to be the biggest name on this list, hands down.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I want to see Pitbull.
Oh, and it's all age. I mean, it's your young crowd, it's your older crowd.
I mean, those are my dance moves, Serge.
Yeah. He's going to have all the dancing girls there. I mean, he's going to have the whole production.
See? He's going to have some Latin. We saw the Super Bowl, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's what's going to be on stage at Pitbull.
My hips don't lie.
That's right. That's right up my alley.
One did.
Like I said, I'm not familiar, and this is me because I'm not a country guy. I know who Old Dominion is, but I'm not familiar with Low Cash or Craig Morgan. But I imagine people in the country music are like, oh yeah, those are really good bands.
Yeah, Craig Morgan, he's been around for a very long time, but recently he lost his son, so he just came out with a new song about his son, and so now he's getting back up on the charts there. And Low Cash is getting huge. Old Dominion, I know for the ACMs, I mean, they're up for 4 major awards.
Wow.
Keith Urban is hosting the ACMs in April, I know.
I mean, Keith Urban's at like every red carpet thing ever.
Oh.
And he's going to be walking the dirt of Davenport, baby. You know
Shinedown. I mean, Shinedown is
Shinedown's awesome too.
I'm flying in Saving Abel afterwards, and they will be in the farmers' tents right after the Shinedown concert.
Shinedown, I've met those guys. They are super nice guys too. Yeah. They're a lot of fun. I met them at Granite City. I was actually.
Yeah, what did they think of you?
They told me they apologized to me about the song 45. The guy that wrote it. I can't remember which band member it was because I had a unfortunate incident at a bar one time where somebody pulled a gun on me.
Ooh,
and
that's not good.
Got in the car and 45 came on right away afterwards. And the guy goes, I'm really sorry about that. And I go, why are you sorry? He's like, I wrote the song. I'm like, it's not your fault.
Good song. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Jay, what are you up to, man? You got something cooking. I can tell.
What are you doing? You going to play some songs from these guys?
Someone took my fireball. I had a fireball bump on here.
No.
Fireball.
That's my least favorite.
All right, well, that was good. I'm glad I didn't find it then.
I love that's my favorite song.
All right, but we talked about this, and we'll come back to St. Patrick's Day and the fair. But there's other things going on out there, right? Like you got. I know we talked about this before, and since it's what you should do Wednesday, are we gonna ever bring back demolition derbies?
We do. I don't have the schedule, but we do have a 2-day Saturday and Sunday demo. And they're going to have a big party out on the infield after
but that's
Saturday
not during
night.
the fair. That's just
no. This is all separate. I don't do any motorsports during the fair.
There's other things going
I didn't
on.
know.
No, I'm saying they have things like they have races on Friday nights and stuff out there.
See, Hazel's getting the age now where he can go to the fair.
Yeah.
4.
All right. Burning question here. What is your favorite fair food?
Oh, that's a great question. We should do a top 5 for that.
I don't eat a lot of
Footlong
fair
corn
food,
dog.
believe it or not.
Understandable.
I eat, we get catered in for the stars, so I eat the good stuff.
Yeah.
If I do get on I love the corn.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to have a corn dog. You have to have a corn dog.
Corn dog at the fair is a staple for me.
But that he's talking about the sweet the
Elotas?
peaches and cream corn. That they just fire. Oh,
it's delicious,
dude.
I knew I'd get T-Ray going here. But then now they have fried everything.
Yeah, there's a stand called Fried What? They have everything on the
fried
menu.
Oreos, fried Twinkies.
Dude, fried Twinkie.
I've never had a fried Twinkie, but I can get down.
What is your top 5 fair foods, T-Ray?
Well, probably the peaches and cream corn. I would be 1. Footlong corn dog.
Okay, corn dog's number 1 for me
with mustard.
Mm-hmm.
You can't put ketchup on a corn dog.
We used to call them Tom Thumb donuts, but basically they're just the donut rounds, but they're the way they do them.
Oh yeah,
we call them Tom Thumbs. They'd be up at in Waterloo. We had the McElroy Auditorium, and we had Cattle Congress every year, so that was our fair.
Yes, featuring Styx every year also.
Oh, every year Styx. What's wrong with Styx, dude?
There's nothing. I've seen him in concert 5 times.
All right.
I was upset that Dennis DeYoung had to reschedule.
But yeah, so that
favorite song of the Rippers.
So that, and then I don't know. There's always always something
Erickson
there.
Says there's a Euro truck out there typically.
Yeah, right by the grandstand. Really good
game on.
Smoke and Butts. They have 2 stands. Actually, they're going to have them
look
at the St. Patrick's. They got a bacon barn.
Well, those big giant legs when they have the big turkey legs, they look like
Steve's
Captain Caveman.
Steve's Meat Market. They have those.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
Is that just called a big ass turkey leg?
Yeah, I think
that's
so.
outside of Iowa City.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really good. But yeah, and then you got like the margarita stand too.
Daiquiris and.
I used to be the guy that sold all the booze to that.
And I started a full bar. Yeah, when I took over, we started a full bar. Now I'll have a full bar in pretty much every venue I have there. So.
See, that's smart right there. Because I love a nice like vodka lemonade.
Well, a lot of people don't drink beer. I don't drink beer.
But what I'm saying, if you're gonna have, if it's outside and it's hot, I mean, what goes down better than vodka lemonade? Well, I'm saying I like beer, but
I did that because right next to the grandstand to the left, whatever bar you had over there, the people working there were awesome. They're good bartenders. They're quick service, and it was reasonably priced.
And I want mine in a probably about a 20-ounce styrofoam cup. Is there any way that can happen?
Yeah,
well, here's the thing. Like a lot of that's a gripe of mine. Anytime you go to like a Tax Slayer Center or even sometimes down at Modern Woodman, like some of their cocktail prices for hard liquor is pretty pricey. Like we're talking United Center prices at the Tax Slayer Center in Moline.
I had a good
That's
joke.
crazy. That's crazy expensive. But no, fairground prices
are always
super
pretty solid.
reasonable,
Yeah.
man. Like I have no problem. Yeah, they were great.
But any outside venue or concert you go to, I mean, liquor prices always skyrocket.
Of course,
you know?
because they
probably
can.
not as bad as baseball games and stuff like that. But
so what? I mean, other than acts and stuff like that, like the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds itself, is there anything coming? Like they're going to start upgrading facilities as time goes on in your eyes?
We are now. Like I just did a bunch of stonework in the Starlight with the bar and the stage, and all the bathroom stalls got redone. Of course, the grandstand just got done last year, being bricked and painted. Each year I'll start doing buildings, kind of fixing them up because we rent them out for we have wedding receptions every weekend.
Right, yeah.
Bingo twice a week. We have one of the biggest bingo games out there in town.
Well, I mean, we have a beautiful area for it. And I asked because I went to the state fair and they've obviously, it's not much bigger than what we have for area wise, but there's some nice stuff there. And I thought, you know what? As time goes on, I mean, this one here doesn't have to be status quo. It can build up to.
Well, state fair is one; it's state funded, so they
of
go
course.
overboard.
Illinois State Fair was my first concert.
But as in a big fair, there's 1,000 fairs in the United States, more than that, and we actually made the top 100. 69 is our number. Perfect number. I mean, that's a honor, to make the top 100 out of that many fairs.
That's pretty solid.
Last year, we got nominated in the music industry for the most music, the best music brought to that we bring to people. We got beat out by Ohio State Fair, but there was only six that got nominated, so that was kind of an honor just to get nominated for that.
See, I told you you're doing a good job. I didn't have to tell you. You got my award, but I did not give it to Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, I got I have a board of directors. I got 18 board directors, and they from day one since they gave me the job. I mean, they've been huge supporters, and pretty much anything I ask for, they.
I remember your interview on the news when it happened.
My office staff, Vicky and Kelly in the office, they pretty much do all my work. But other than that, I mean, it's a good team. I mean, everybody's a good team with all the volunteers, all the employees that I have. They work their butts off to put on good events.
So what type of music do you listen to?
I listen all kind. I'm rock. I get a lot of criticism because it's all country fare, not necessarily, but country music sells a lot of the tickets.
It's a fair.
Yeah,
for goodness sakes.
Yeah,
you're gonna have predominantly country.
But I listen to all. I mean, I listen to rock. I mean, a lot of times I listen to more rock than I do country. To tell you the truth, I'm more of an '80s rock.
You like Rat?
I love Rat.
CJ.
I'm not saying anything.
You guys talk bad about Rat a lot.
I've never said one bad word about it.
I don't hold them as higher regard as you do, and talk about an album that they have, and you can list from song 1 to 7.
I don't need a bathroom break when we start talking about them like you do. But
Cinderella.
Saw them at concert.
Saw Kiefer across the river when he was here. That dude was having surgery on his throat. I mean, he sounded great for his age.
But everyone tells you who they want to see. Who is on your list?
Yeah.
On your list that you're like, you know what? Personally, I mean, everybody says like,
not to put you on the spot or anything.
My dream?
Well, he's got to have something where he's like,
hands down,
you have a budget.
Metallica is my dream band of having there. But realistically, they run $4 to $5 million on the venues that they play at. There's no way we can afford to. That's why they play in 60,000 plus arenas.
Maybe Megadeth.
It had to sell out. Megadeth, yeah. Ozzy, man, I'd love to do Ozzy.
I think he's gonna be done soon.
Who was the other one that?
What would Ozzy's preferences be for his green room? His list of demands. Like every.
Is he drinking anymore?
Oxygen.
Yeah, anymore.
He's
probably
not
be
doing the best right now. So
no, I think he's
not snorting lines of ants anymore.
Yeah,
I think he's almost done touring. I think he's going to do one last tour. But it brings up a question to me too. At what are you thinking about at any point doing comedy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not posting that out. That could be we've talked about it.
Okay.
You're talking about just Fair Week or just in general?
Yeah, Fair Week.
Fair Week.
Yeah.
It's just...
I don't think that would...
Well, actually, I mean, I saw Gaffigan at the State Fair. It did really well.
Really?
Yeah. So there's guys you can do.
Yeah. And I mean,
he's one that
phenomenal.
would be good. But there's other
I'd rather
comedians.
do comedy on an off time because Fair, I like the music. The people go there, they have fun, dance, have a party. Comedy, you're just kind of sitting there going,
Yeah.
So I think I would try that on an off date.
Especially with the amount of alcohol consumed out there.
Yeah.
So
Bruno Mars was my other one. That's what I was
thinking.
Ooh,
okay.
Bruno Mars too.
That'd be good.
And I'm not a big Bruno fan, but I've heard nothing but amazing things about every single show he's ever done. It's
and they're well over 2 million too. So those.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
But any of your bigger acts, Garth Brooks, all them. I mean, they're over $1 million.
I think Bruno's about the same height as Chopper.
Yeah. What are the chances of getting like Dre, Dr. Dre? No. I'm just saying. Is he still out there doing it?
I don't think he's still out
there.
there.
Or him or Snoop? I would do Snoop.
Actually, Snoop Dogg was on my list.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
I haven't priced him yet. So
did he do it at Illinois State Fair? Wasn't that what he was doing? Didn't he do that recently?
I know he did a show at Kansas.
Well, that was the basketball. Yeah, that was at March Midnight Madness. Yeah.
Actually, I think that's this year.
Oh, it's this year he's doing it. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Is there anybody that? I mean, you brought up Cinderella or whatever else, but is there anybody out there that you want to see? T-Ray? Yeah.
Oh, me? If it was, well, I've already seen Rat a lot.
These guys are not going to cost $1 million.
Yeah, but Rat wouldn't be $1 million. Half of them are dead now anyway. So.
Yeah, Rat's cheap.
Rat's cheap, but I would say this. I mean, if it would be me, I would love to see Danzig.
Ooh, well, I only know one of their songs. So that's the only one.
Then I have a whole album for you to listen to. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
But Danzig would be cool. And there's a ton of rap. I would love to see Ice Cube try to get back NWA, do Ice Cube and you know
with Ren, MC Ren, and get them together. But that's another one that they'll do arenas.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But you're asking me if he's working on stuff here.
Yeah. I'm working. Yeah. How long have you been doing the Mississippi Valley at the Mississippi Valley Fair, the St. Patrick's Day Bash?
This will be the 3rd year.
Okay. And you are having the Flying Leprechauns.
Yes, 3:00 on
3 o'clock on Saturday. And how's the turnout been? And so obviously 3 years you continue to do it, right?
Yeah, my first year actually, and I wristband everybody, so we kind of get a number that comes in the front door. First year was around 7,000 people. Last year was a little over 8,000.
Oh, good.
So hopefully this year we're even above that. So, it's really nice. Never had a problem there. Not one fight out of all those people.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, we can only assume weather is going to be in your favor for that weekend.
Even if it's not, this building, it's a 30,000 square foot heated building.
Oh, okay.
So if it's raining, cold, I'm going to have a tent set right outside the door for smoking and stuff like that. But yeah, if the weather's crappy.
Is that the building that the chili cook-off was in?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I know well. It's also when we went to the Comic-Con or whatever it was, Quad City comic book convention or whatever else show we went to.
Yeah, they only had that 1 year, and then they took it somewhere else or Chicago.
Because T-Ray was a bully to him. Or
was
whatever.
not?
Yeah, he
Is that what happened?
Yeah, he called him a bunch of booger eaters.
I did not.
No, it wasn't. He didn't call them. I'm sorry.
No,
it had something to do with the.
Did not.
You cost me an event?
No, it wasn't that. I'm wrong.
I did not.
I'm wrong. You called the security guy.
He did not get called a booger eater to his face.
Yeah,
I made the comment later that he looked like a booger eater.
The security guy, yeah.
So I did not.
No, we went out there. We had a good time there.
Yeah, I had a good time.
Yeah, we did.
I knew people at the show. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. It was good. But like you said, there's a lot of things going out there at the fairgrounds.
They provided their own security. That was not Mississippi Valley Fair.
Oh, yes.
Security.
T-Ray, what are you doing tomorrow night?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You want to go see Ozzy in Germany?
How much? Sure. Let's just fly now.
I mean, he comes back to Georgia in May.
Is he playing? I thought he was.
I think he's on his last tour.
He's still touring.
Okay, yeah, I thought
so,
he was in bad shape.
Official word, Ozzy Osbourne is still touring.
Yeah, I think this is it.
Sharon!
Yeah, I think it's all.
When's my next tour date? He doesn't. They don't have to edit Ozzy Osbourne. He edits himself. He's a prince of darkness.
He's probably lip singing now.
He might be.
So this is going to be the 13th and the 14th Friday and Saturday. Free admission. Doors open Friday at 5:30. They open Saturday at 11. Again, acts are Roadside Circus, Spam Halen, Project X. That's on Friday. Doug Brundy's friend of the show. North of 40, Electric Shock. Casey.
Music Man.
Thank you. Is that on purpose? Is that really his or her name? Again, I'm going to get in trouble for this. Is that really their last name? Or did it just work out that way?
No, that's his name. He was on The Voice.
Okay.
If you go back with, he made it to Blake Shelton's team.
Okay.
At the time.
And how many times did they talk about his last name, Music Man? About how great that was because it just worked out perfect for him.
You know Tito's Vodka, Jay?
I do know Tito's and Vodka. Is there someone named Tito's Vodka, Jay?
The founder of Tito's Vodka. Do you know what his name is?
Tito.
Bertito is his full name. He goes by Tito. You want to know what his last name is?
Foster.
Beverage.
I think I heard that before.
Bertito Beverage. Fun fact of the day for you there.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm glad I showed up.
Yes, Relentless will be on at 8:30 to 10:30, and Cheese Pizza will be 11 to 1. Smoking Butts will be serving corned beef and cabbage. That's going to be at the Mississippi Valley Fair, 2815 West Locust Street. You can reserve your table today by calling 563-326-5338. And then are the fun cards on sale now, Sean?
Yes.
Okay.
You can actually get them at the office now for $75. April 1st, they'll go for sale at the Hy-Vee stores and Great Southern Banks. And then July 1st, they'll go up to $90.
Gotcha.
Get them while they're hot.
When do you have downtime, my friend? It seems like you're always working on something.
Around now, I do a lot of traveling it's for a fair when I take my vacations like I go to San Diego right after this for a fair manager's meeting, and then I do a few vacations from November to now, and the rest we're busy, so I don't have time to travel.
Yeah, but I mean, you got it planned ahead of time. I mean, San Diego's work, but San Diego's still a little fun, right?
Oh yeah, a little bit fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I can give you some spots.
See where like San Diego.
I'll find them. Yeah.
Carne asada burritos, Alberto's.
I'm sure we talked about this before, but do you? So I apologize if I forgot. Do you have any teams that you follow specifically in sports?
I'm actually not a diehard, but 49er fan.
Okay.
But I don't pay attention. That's my team, but sometimes I don't pay attention.
They were in the Super Bowl.
Who's playing what?
Yeah. They should have won the Super Bowl.
Yes, but just I'm glad we made it in there.
Well, they'll be back. They got a solid team. Oh, yeah. I think they're going to be tough.
Plus all the, and I've been a 49er fan for a very long time, but this year was kind of cool because we had a lot of Iowa players on there.
Yes. Yeah. They have George Kittle on there.
Kittle's a machine. And
what about baseball?
I'm not a big baseball fan. I'll go there and party, but
yeah,
I don't really care who wins or loses.
College team?
No.
No? Okay.
Follow the football. It's there, and there you go. But when it comes to baseball, though, I'm sure it's Quad City River Bandits, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then football, then we have Steamwheelers, too, which we got to get Doug on this week because we got to guess the line. We got to predict the lines for the Steamwheelers because IFL is kicking off this week.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
They're going to Cedar Rapids this week. I better get on it, huh?
Just give me the games. I got it.
You got it right there. All right, Sean, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for thinking of us and coming in. Once again, that's the St. Patrick's Day Bash at the Mississippi Valley Fair Center, March 13th and the 14th. It's free admission. Doors open Friday at 5:30, and they open on Saturday at 11 a.m. You can get your fun cards by calling 563-326-5338. You can call the same number to reserve your table for the St. Patrick's Day Bash. Lineup includes for the Mississippi Valley Fair, Low Cash, Keith Urban, Shinedown, Old Dominion, which nice job on that because I'm assuming by the time you guys got that, they didn't have like their two top hits that they have now. So they're going to be blown up, and that's going to be a big one on Friday. Pitbull and Craig Morgan. Pitbull's opening for Craig Morgan, by the way.
Yeah, right.
So, anyway, Sean, thank you so much for your time.
Also, I think you're going to host your show here.
Yeah, we're going to try to do our show out there, yeah. If not,
because I know 97X and they're all going to have a booth out there. So
yeah, we want to have a couple days out there that we can, as many as we can, just to be live out there.
Can we eat food on air?
Yes, we'll go through. I'll make sure that there's
you'll get your corn.
Fair food for you out there.
You'll have someone there, just grab it.
Yeah.
It's on the wait line.
Yep, there'll be someone running all the time for it, and filling up your 24-ounce vodka lemonades.
Ooh. It's so awesome. I can't wait.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hopefully they have
Thanks,
Mr.
Sean.
Beverage vodka. All right. For nearly 12 years, Guys Pints has been providing the Quad Cities with some of the best beer, drinks, and good times around. Join them Monday through Friday for happy hour 3 to 6 and get some of that Vans pizza at 5 o'clock. It's complimentary, Jay. You look really good.
Mm-hmm.
Stop in any day of the week for one
Nice
of their
hat.
daily specials. Pints, 5268 Utica Ridge Road in Davenport.
This is Lobo from Lobo Salsa. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Online sports betting is here with EliteSportsbook.com. If you are an active Rhythm City Casino Resort Club member, go to EliteSportsbook.com now and follow the prompts to start betting. Not a Resort Club member? Visit Rhythm City to join today. Bet with Elite Sportsbook at Rhythm City Casino Resort or online now. More ways to get in the game with EliteSportsbook.com and Rhythm City Casino Resort. Must be 21. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BET-SOFF.
The Will Kane Show.
Joe Judge became head coach of the New York Giants. As I walked up today in the hallways, Mike A gave me that good to see you smile, but it's more like a wince because Nuno was nearby. We weren't really worried about anger so much as hurt feelings.
It was an apologetic look, like you'd see when you know somebody's had a rough day, like, how you holding up, big guy? How you doing, champ?
Wait a minute. We're all about honesty here. No one's like that. We want to see each other miserable. Like, that's what everyone was hoping for, is that I would be miserable, because it would have just been great for the show, right? Like, I would have to produce the show, and on a Monday after Jason Garrett's just sitting here clapping away, and then I can't even speak.
And just out of curiosity, not for any personal interest of mine or Mike A's or Bubba's, how miserable are you?
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Is your kitchen or bathroom embarrassing? You need them redone. But do you know a contractor that you could trust? You need an all-star. You need to call Mike at All-Star Home Services. Mike and his team have been transforming kitchens and bathrooms for over 15 years. Call today for $500 off your complete kitchen or bath project. Plus, with financing available, get your kitchen or bath done today for one low monthly payment. Call 563-299-3786 or at all-starhomeservices.com.
Don't settle for the aggravation of sunken concrete around your home or business. Call Top Notch Mud Jacking to fix your uneven concrete. Let us raise those sections that can cause unnecessary wear and tear to your vehicles at a fraction of the cost. We also offer joint and crack sealing to prolong the life of your concrete. Servicing residential, commercial, and industrial areas. We offer warranty, senior, and military discounts and free estimates. Check us out online. Top Notch Mud Jacking. Don't settle. Jack it up.
Escúchame, it is Dan Le Batard on ESPN Radio.
It is funny to have a coach say, no, I didn't mean to call them thugs. I meant to call them slugs. And I just want to officially parse the dumbest possible way we could ever discuss race in sports. Did the old guy mean slugs or thugs? If he meant thugs, racist. If he meant slugs, just good coaching. Maybe he's just old and made a verbal mistake because they fly around a lot and he's old. It is a great defense, though. It really is, because I believe him. I believe that he meant to say slugs.
I mean, it's really the only defense you can go to, right?
Racist!
I'm old. I meant to say slugs.
No, slugs! I'm just old and doddering. I'm not racist. Just old.
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
At Casey's, we're here for traditions like game night or movie night, and for making them a little more special with a tradition of our own. Casey's Classic Taco Pizza, made fresh with delicious, high-quality ingredients and baked right in our store. And every day this month, you can get a large taco pizza for just $13.99. So order a taco pizza from Casey's and make your tradition more special, even if it's just a last-minute dinner. Casey's, here for traditions, here for good. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Hey, we're back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish. And this is Don't Hassle So Local on AM 1170.
You want to have some fun, T-Roy?
I'm about ready to have some fun.
No, I'm good, guys.
Yeah. I mean, you have fun too, but some people aren't going to get to it. Tomorrow, the Arnold Palmer Invitational.
I'd rather have a beer.
There you go, see? is starting.
What do you mean, Sergi? Sergi, you're not a big golf guy.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I mean, you're not like, I wouldn't say you're as big a golf fan as me, per se.
No, correct.
But, I mean, you like to play it.
Yeah, I love to play golf.
But it's not like you're
not good.
You're not like sitting there watching a leaderboard rooting for anybody ever, really.
No, never.
Well,
I don't care.
Speaking of golf,
right,
and playing it, whatever else, I talked to Mike Martin out at Hidden Hills today, and he said that this was probably about 10 o'clock or so. He said, "Oh, we got 12 cars in the parking lot." I said, "That's great. You got people golfing." He said, "You should come out and golf." I said, "No." And Mike knows better. And I said, "No." And then he said, "Yeah." And then we were laughing about, getting me mic'd up or whatever else, which probably wouldn't be good on Facebook Live because of the words I say or whatever else. But it is.
While you golf?
Yeah, mic'd up and just have a video
you're
going.
fine.
And then,
you're one of the better ones, Jay.
You're one of the good ones,
You're
Jay.
one of the good ones.
Again,
No, you're pretty good about, being a parent and having your kids play sports.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole lot of cruds.
Yeah, there's a lot of, God bless Americas and gosh darn it all. So I'm fairly good about
better
that.
than me.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
horrible.
better than me.
So
I got a potty mouth.
But we are going to have a golf outing on June 20th.
Yeah, Harrington's Pub. Or no, jeez, Pints, sorry.
Pints is.
11.
Yeah.
When I get too many golf outings going. Yes, Pints has teamed up with Tips for Tad.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in the past, Tips for Tad had been at Pints.
Mm-hmm.
And fun story about Tips for Tad.
Yeah.
Started.
Tell me more.
Okay. It's an event that we raise for melanoma.
For Tad Agnew.
Yes,
Right.
Tad Agnew passed away, a friend of ours, and we've done it every year. And we've raised events and raised money for it, a lot of money. And you can go back on blog posts, and it'll be posted on there. But we had it at Pints. It really does. First things first, I have to always, every year, point out that the original idea came from Ashley over at Pub 1848.
Yeah.
The original idea. To which I said, okay, let's do this at Pints. We did it. We raised some money in his name, and then we turned it over. From there, the Tips for Tad Foundation started, and they created a committee. And every year it grew and grew and grew until I said, hey, it's going to outgrow us. You guys are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, that being said...
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy busy. That being said, whatever you want to believe, how they're going from one way or another, that's fine. The Tips for Tad is still in the Pints family, and we're doing a golf outing. I don't care what anyone says to make it seem like it's going to a different direction for a reason. It's because they wanted to just try a different venue, and they said, hey, well, let's keep it in the family. And we said, we got this golf outing. We'd like to pair up with you because... quite frankly, the golf outing did get a little out of hand, and we want to make sure that it's...
Well, and it's one thing I brought up. Not only did it get out of hand, but golf outings themselves have become just like live music nights at bars around here.
Sure.
You can't throw a rock without hitting a bar that has live music.
Right. Every bar has a golf outing. To make this golf outing stand out among others, it's going to raise money for Tips for Tad. Cool.
So it's not just a golf outing to go out there and get drunk and act like a ding dong. You're no longer going to be getting drunk and act like a ding dong. You're going to have some cocktails and have a good time.
I mean,
but
I did
this
see
money
some
is getting raised.
I did see some car girls try to drive their golf cart back to Pints one time.
Well, that's years ago, but we're on past that. So, like I said, this is going to be a great thing, Jay. I mean, we got.
I didn't know. I thought we were all coming back for par for the
Okay,
par.
we don't want to talk about that, Serge. I'm trying to tell you that I'm done talking about that.
Okay.
I'm in a nice way.
I
love your face.
I got you.
But we already have people out there raising money, getting whole sponsorship, and we have a goal this year, and we're looking forward to it.
What is the date again?
June 20th.
June 20th.
At
Okay,
Hidden Hills.
mark your calendars. June 20th, Hidden Hills.
1:30 shotgun start.
The best golf course to have a bar golf outing at, too, by the way.
And then there's going to be, Jay, from what I understand, at the Tips for Tad event this year, which is May 2nd at the Ridge, there'll be a booth there, a Pints booth, to sign up for the event.
Mm-hmm.
So we got that going on. If you want to be a whole sponsor, there's options for that. You can also be a whole sponsor and buy a foursome. There's so many ways to donate.
You can message us and everything.
Want to know what I'm going to do today, T-Roy, for this?
Lay it on me, Bird.
Just so,
or sir.
Just get back in your good graces.
You're not out of my good graces.
I'm going to have a gift basket from 1117 ready for you today.
Look at you.
For that golf outing. And then I will also like to sign up to be a whole sponsor and get a team in too. But I will have that ready for you today.
Can I mouth kiss you on the air right now?
Because my golf outing, my inaugural golf outing for 1117, we still have not had yet. We tried last year. We're going for round 2 this year. So part of that gift basket's going to be 2 free entries into my golf outing, but I also have golf balls and keychains, all sorts of stuff.
Oh, that's great.
Well, thank you.
And
there you go.
And ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Metcalf, he's already getting bored. So hey, Bobby, how you doing?
Because I'm yawning doesn't mean I'm bored.
Well, we started off talking about golf, and I want to talk about the
Just
tits for
kidding.
tad that we did, but
Yeah.
I don't know if you have anything to weigh in on this, but I have to run this past real quick. The 2020 Arnold Palmer Invitational, DFS, DraftKings, we've got to put in a lineup. I'm looking at a thing from Fantasy Lab Sports from the Action Network.
All right, well, talk
Who
to
are
me
we
about
paying up
points.
for? Who are we going to pay for? Who do you want? If Rory is at 11.8, Xander is 10,000.
Well, how much money do I get to spend? See, that's the thing.
What?
I got to know my total.
All right.
And how many golfers do I get?
6.
I get 6 golfers.
Mm-hmm. Bobby, do you follow golf?
Not at the moment.
He's kind of busy right now. They got this thing called basketball tournament.
March Madness
Yeah.
or March Madness, depends on what you want to say, right?
All right, how much money do we get to spend?
Let me find one that fits our budget to get into first.
Oh boy, Serge would have had this up right away.
He would have. You're right.
I'm just sitting there waiting. Go ahead.
Here we go.
T-Ray, in the meantime, do we have a date for Harrington's golf outing?
It's the 27th, the week after.
June 27th. Got it.
And
Put
that
those
one
both in
is
the comments.
out at Byron Hills Golf Course.
6 players. 6 players. Your highest is Rory at 11.8, then cool guy Tommy Fleetwood at 11, Hideki Matsuyama at 10.6. I can't wait to just mispronounce all the rest of the names after this. Bryson DeChambeau is at 10.4.
It's DeChambeau.
Xander Schauffele,
Yep, Schauffele.
10K. Adam Scott 9.7. Sunglasses him is 9.5. It's Sunjay.
Sungjae Im.
Yep.
Take him.
Patrick Reed
He's good.
is at 9.4.
So, all right, well,
Fowler's
no.
at
How much money do I get to spend?
50,000.
50
50K.
grand. All right,
50
and then
hot ones.
you want the 6 golfers that have the best overall scores.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how much does Colin Morikawa cost?
I'm sorry, who?
Colin
Oh.
Morikawa.
He's 8.4, which is
We're gonna take him.
Okay, why is that?
He doesn't miss cuts.
Oh, okay.
Duh.
All right. And then, all right, how much was Rory?
11.8.
We'll take Rory.
Oh, buddy. Who did we just?
Colin, and you said 11.4 or 11.8?
11.8.
Sorry. How much is? How much is Xander Safely?
Xander is 10K.
All right, we got Xander.
We're taking him.
Yeah, man.
You better find some diamonds in the rough. You're spending money like that.
It's all right.
Average. We have 6.6 left. Average for player.
All right, start giving me 6.6 golfers.
I want. What about Sebastian Munoz? He's decent with his irons. He ranks 24th. His ranking's 24th in strokes gained. His approach over the last 50 rounds, and it is very good. And he's averaging minus 5.2 adjusted strokes on the par fives. The last 75
How
weeks.
about Ricky Fowler?
Oh, well, I just said all that for nothing.
Yeah.
He's 9.3. What about Abraham Answer?
Love it. Answer's a good one. How much for him?
See what I do? Come up with value.
You come up with answers.
7.8.
Get it, Serge?
Oh, I got it, buddy.
7.8?
Yeah.
All right, we got him. Where are we at now?
I'm plugging them in.
Come on.
We've got 6,000. We got 12,000. So now you want the 6K guys.
Give me some 6K guys.
All right.
Come
BJ Singh.
No.
Jim Herman.
No.
Somebody Harrington.
Padre?
Patty?
No, it starts with an S.
Probably his kid. Keep going.
B. Matthews. H. Liboda.
Uh-huh.
Rod Perry. R. Gamez. These the 6K ones are no good. That's it. I mean, that is it. The Harrington that you talked about is 6'1".
We're going to take him then.
Who?
S. Harrington.
All right. He's got 7 of 13 cuts. He averages 70 and a half.
And then give me the next highest ranked guy.
Singh or Jim
give me
Herman?
sing.
Jim Herman.
We want sing.
All right.
Here
That's
we go.
going to be it. Is that it?
Surge, we just won.
Just one.
Thank God.
That was great radio.
I was so worried.
I don't care if it is. You know what? Get the DFS. Tell me you can do better. Say, hey, that's terrible.
How much did we spend?
All of it. We got it $0.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Bobby Metcalf's in studio now. He wants to talk about real sports besides DraftKings Sports, the DFS. Bobby, you've been busy probably with all the March going on and everything, right?
A little bit.
This weekend, are you going to be at the Tax Layer Center?
Not until probably Sunday.
The Sunday is the, let's see.
Birmingham.
Yes.
1 o'clock game.
That's the Pucks and Paws Day. Sunday is the superhero night, T-Ray. They're going to be around. They're going to be around in those.
Each quarter they wear a different jersey, and there's a bobblehead giveaway for the Captain America going on.
Yep. This is going to raise money for the SAU Dance Marathon.
T-Ray, that was Scott Harrington, by the way. Sorry that took so long.
Okay.
Scott Harrington? Yep. And what about that Sing guy? What's his real first name?
I'll get you. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Anyways, 8 o'clock is Pucks and Paws Day. Have you? What's that like out there? The Pucks and Paws Day.
I feel bad for the dogs.
Do you really?
Really?
Why?
Because it's loud. They're surrounded by strangers. They don't know where the hell they are.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel bad for the dogs.
I feel like Rowdy be a little bit spooked too.
I mean, there's goal horns and loud. I mean, there's loud sirens. I mean, it's loud.
Do they like it on the ice?
I wouldn't.
I don't think. Yeah.
From my experience, every dog's a little bit different on there. Some of them really enjoy it, some of them don't. But
some dogs run, some dogs just stand around. Right. I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
that much I'm not so worried about. It's more just like I said. I mean, it's a loud. I mean, if you guys been, it's a loud environment. I mean, dogs have sensitive hearing. I feel bad for them. That's my feeling. But if you want to bring your dog to the game, I guess go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. I haven't. I mean, I thought I was gonna go the last Sunday that they had it, but we end up that was the 16th of February. We end up having to do something. I think we had a volleyball tournament that Sunday. So, but is this is the last one of the year that you can do it? The Pucks and Paws Day.
You're asking me at the wrong time.
Give
me a
I'm
week
pretty.
or two, I can
I'm
tell you,
positive.
but I think it is the right.
Yeah, I'm looking at the schedule right
Serge,
now.
you probably have a new puppy in your house.
Huh?
Money's getting a puppy.
Oh, I know. That's fine. I'm talking about me personally. I'm like, huh? No. No. Oh, yeah.
Obviously, some of the
get it.
not so much the biggest talk, but I mean the shares going on or whatever else. You saw the game last night.
Both games.
Yeah, both games, and we did mention that as well. Congratulations, Davenport North and North Scott Lancers.
Sharing the love.
That's right.
Both on buzzer beaters.
Both of them buzzer beaters. Buzzer beater's a buzzer beater. My friend JR says that. I did say a walk off is a walk up, but buzzer beaters are kind of a little different. This one's a little bit different. The one that was last night in Cedar Rapids. You just don't. I mean, there's been buzzer beaters since 1992, but we still reference Christian Lehner. So it's just one of the best of all time. Sorry, I don't know what.
Or if you're a Duke fan, it's March Sadness.
Hey, when Matt Cost is saying it's the wildest finish he's had in 20 years, you're just talking about something.
Yeah. And the rule came out that that if the light doesn't go off, that's how it is.
Yeah. I mean, yes, there's freeze frames of 0.0 and the ball's still in Anderson's hand, but the light's not on yet.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go by the light, and that's what the rule is, if there's a light there and you're going by the light, then by the time the light goes off, the ball's out of his hands.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can be upset that the clock and the light weren't synced, but
the rule is the light.
The rule is the light.
So.
And by that rule, North Scott won.
And either way, it's amazing.
And the people who also have the argument that the clock didn't start, like if you watch the video, like as soon as he catches the clock, like there's like maybe a 100th of a second before they start the clock. It wasn't a scoreboard operator error either. They didn't give him a phantom, half a second more or anything. As soon as he catches that ball, that clock is going.
The North Scott staff that was working there.
Yeah, because it's technically a North Scott home game, so because they were the higher seeds, so.
That's why.
Thank you, Bobby.
Coming in clutch.
But you watch the video, and I mean, you watch it, and he catches it, and boom, the clock's going.
I watched the video, but I'm not gonna analyze it like it's a Zapruder film or something else. For those for people that went in that far and said like, oh, look at it, they gave him extra time. I wasn't gonna go that far.
I mean, for argument's sake, Bobby, do you think that maybe they could come up with a better method on that system for the playoffs?
Guys, it's high school basketball.
Thank you.
I know. I'm with you.
Okay, but it's high school basketball.
Bobby, it's social media.
I understand that,
I
but
don't tell you, Twitter's a nightmare.
I'm sorry. Replay is already going too far. We don't need to have like a replay system in high school basketball.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so either.
Especially not when you're not even at the state tournament. If you want to say
Bob,
state tournament,
but
well,
could
whatever.
you eliminate what I'm saying? It wouldn't be that hard to just have someone that's not part of either staff do that part. You know what I'm saying? It eliminates any sort of confusion.
Yeah,
and
but
any
these-
sort of.
but these
you got the
people-
Waterloo coach saying that it was
Yeah, but these people have been doing it all year. They've been doing North Scott home games all year.
Right.
You know, I mean,
and they're not the ones syncing up the red
they're
and the
not-
clock,
no,
right?
they're not. That's an arena thing, I would think.
Okay.
You know.
So.
I mean, it's not like
So what I'm saying, they're not sitting there pushing that button.
If you're having that issue, no, that's a clock thing. I mean, that's synced up to supposedly synced up to the clock. If you have an issue with that, then well, then they should never have a home people running the scoreboard at any game. Then nobody at Davenport North, anybody who's affiliated with Davenport North should never have to work a Davenport North home game and the scoreboard. Then that's ridiculous.
Gotcha.
Unless it's stocking, he gets around.
I mean,
Bobby's saying
is it
people have integrity and let's just live with it.
Yeah, and I mean, again, you look at the film. Again, there's no phantom. They didn't give him another half second. They didn't wait to start the clock.
No.
They did their job.
I thought it was
why the clock
fairly called as you could possibly.
Why the clock and the backboard light weren't synced up? That's another question. But
as an official, that's what you're trained to look at.
Yeah,
and they did their job. So
yeah.
No, it is what it is. And I even said this. Either way, one of those teams is walking away upset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what are you doing?
He hits that and they wave it off. Then North Scott's all upset.
Exactly. So
there's just no way to wave
there's
it
no
off,
yeah.
right?
There's no.
I'm
winner.
surprised they even got together and tried to discuss it afterwards.
Yeah.
With no replay, you just get off the court.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they caught an earful from everybody.
Yeah.
On the Waterloo side. Yeah.
It's
Sure.
still crazy. I mean, you have two teams win on buzzer beaters and within 30 minutes of each other.
Yeah.
That's to go to state. That's.
And good for Davenport North at 16-8. Dubuque Senior was state runner-up last year.
Hadn't been since 03.
Yeah.
How many teams make it to state in Iowa basketball? Like 20?
What? 8.
Is that a sarcastic question?
Yeah, 8. Just 8. But in that class, so there's 4 classes, yeah, there you go. Okay. You get up to 32.
That's good.
Make it, but yeah, just in that class. And a good job for Coach Polite.
Polite. Yeah.
Polite. There we go. Just my day. Just my day.
Bobby.
Just my day.
He's been Peter joke.
Yeah.
He's having a bad day.
I'm not having a bad day. I could care less.
Yeah,
Meat calf.
I could care less about that. Anyway, congratulations to Davenport North, and that's good for their program to get back, like you said, since 2003. 16-8 on the year, and
I think UT beat Pekin, upset Pekin last night in the Illinois side.
I saw that as well. Then they're a young team.
Yeah.
So
Pekin, are they the Dragons now?
Pekin Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah,
they're
they
not whatever the heck they were. I don't even.
The Chinks.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it on air.
No, you can. It's fine. There's a mascot.
And then the North Scott girls are still alive and kicking.
Well, yeah.
Still alive and beating the ever loving.
Yeah, they're good.
They're solid. I tell you what, this semifinal is going to be a test for them though. CPU matches up well with them.
That's not who they played in the finals last year. Though. It was
no,
Marion,
that was
wasn't
Marion.
It? Yeah,
Who got knocked out by Clear Creek, who North Scott beat by 20.
Gotcha. So CPU, the Pointers.
Stormer Pointers.
Stormer Pointers.
Stormin
Pointers.
Like Stormin Norman.
Okay. I always liked that school because you could see it off
Pointer
of the highway.
Sisters?
Yeah.
Huh?
Like the Pointer Sisters?
Yeah.
Okay. The Stormin Pointers?
Stormin Pointers dog.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
Hunting.
I
In my
didn't know.
head,
No,
I'm
I didn't know.
imagining
Yeah.
someone going, "Hey, there's a storm."
But
I didn't know.
I didn't either.
For somebody that hates being pointed at, T-Ray sure does point a lot.
I do.
That'll be a good game though. You got
pointed that.
they got a lot of
here.
length inside and might be able to match up against Buffalo. Their North Scott's guards will have to play pretty well, but they have. So
before we go to break, let's talk about Storm real quick. They just made a trade.
yeah, trade away their leading or franchise's all-time leader in games played for a guy from Birmingham. It's trade deadline. They felt that this guy was going to be a better fit for him down the stretch, and we'll see how he does on Friday. They get to have a very quick evaluation of that trade because they play Birmingham on Sunday. So you can, if you're Seacoast, you have a chance to stick it to Chezzy on Sunday or Cole. Gorka has the same opportunity to Birmingham as well. So,
And then friend of the show, Coach Toporowski, had his debut.
Yeah.
They didn't win.
They did not win.
No. But
gave it to their goal. He didn't play very well. Gave 2 goals in like 20 seconds in the third period.
that's a good experience for him.
Yeah,
for being how
it
young
is.
he is.
Is that Jake?
Jake.
Yeah.
And then isn't Luke getting drafted here soon?
Well, we'll see. I thought he was going to get drafted last year, and he got
Okay.
passed up. So the draft is coming up in, I think it's June. So we'll see. He's having a good year in Spokane. So we'll see how it goes this year. Of course, the problem is obviously the older you get, the harder it is to get drafted. But I was surprised he didn't get drafted last year because every single like expert mock draft that you read
From
was
what
like,
I've heard from like a lot of friends of mine are either big deckheads or they more knowledgeable in hockey than I am, but they said it's pretty damn good chance he's getting drafted.
That's what I said last year.
Cool.
I mean, everyone was projecting him as like a 3rd round pick, 4th round pick, and then he kept falling. Didn't
I
get
hope he
picked.
does.
Yeah, we had him on like the day before.
Yeah. So
All
so
right.
how's your XFL team doing?
what's that?
Oh yeah, you gotta be on train now after 4 weeks. It's
I couldn't tell you what single team, what the standings are, who's playing, what team
I
names
could,
are.
if you wanna know.
Good for you.
yeah. I could tell you if you want to know, but
Jay's XFL
I'm
knowledge.
surprised.
Bobby, are you surprised that Jay's jumped in both feet into this
I'm
XFL?
surprised you haven't
Bobby,
been
all right,
figured this
so
out yet.
I'm knowledgeable about the XFL. Jay is just head and shoulders above here.
Are the Birmingham Bombers doing well?
No, that's from the old
Birmingham
That's from
Pirates
last
was
year's
the
league, Bobby.
Not even going to justify that. You know better.
Are the Dayton Dragons?
They were the Birmingham
All
Iron.
right, there is a team called the Dragons. They're from Seattle.
They're from Seattle now.
You know
Can you
that.
name another team?
There's no Nighthawk team though, just a Battlehawk.
I don't know the Birmingham. No, I already said Birmingham.
They're all major cities.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. That's
Every one of these cities either has an NFL team or had. an NFL
So the Des Moines
Not yet.
Demons.
Not
team. I
yet.
said has or had. Come on,
We'll get
Bobby.
not yet.
There's not one in Iowa.
Nope, not yet. That's what I'm saying.
I do know one. I don't want to say it.
What is it? Which one do you know?
The St. Louis
St. Louis?
Battlehawks.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cacaw.
That's the only team that currently doesn't have an NFL team in their city.
Mm-hmm. And they have the best home attendance.
Good for them. Good for them.
In the XFL.
Jay was pointing out that they broke a XFL record.
They
for
did
home
break
attendance.
it.
What, a 5?
They broke what?
The record was 5 fans?
No, they got 27-5.
You're such a bandwagon Battlehawk fan, Jay.
I am not a bandwagon. I've been on since my friend Chuck Long and I were talking
since
about it.
You and CL talked about
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, we're talking on the air.
Chuck on speed dial.
It's Chaz.
He's in the favorites.
He calls him Chaz.
I don't call him Chaz. No one should call him Chaz.
He calls Jay Little Bird.
Yeah, he calls me
C-Long.
that annoying.
Oh, he
C-Long,
calls
it's
Jay
Jay
Little
Bird.
Hawk. Little Hawk.
Yeah.
Little Hawk.
He's going to
Is
now.
that where Chuck is in St. Louis?
Yeah, he's
offensive
he's
coordinator.
offensive coordinator.
Which is the only reason I have a soft spot for them. Otherwise, I think their name's stupid. Too close to Blackhawks.
Oh, okay.
I think it's tongue twisting.
Well, you know, the Blues like to be the little brothers to the Blackhawks.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, go ahead.
There you go.
Cacaw. Have fun. See you over at Clint's Draft House.
Cardale Jones still slinging it?
He is.
He's had a bad last couple weeks, though, buddy.
That's right.
Wow, it's
T,
almost
are
like
you,
he's
are
not
you
a
still
great
on board with your
quarterback.
team?
With the crappiest team in the league? Yeah, I guess.
Which one was that again?
Tampa Bay Vipers.
The Vipers, you dummy.
Tampa Bay
Told you.
Vipers.
They're terrible. They have cool-looking uniforms, though, Bobby.
No, they don't.
They do.
They're hideous.
And they came out just like the Vipers from Dodgeball.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't. Anyway. Let's
See,
talk.
we got Bobby laughing.
I know. Let's talk more with Bobby when we come back from break. We have to take our last break.
Silver and blue, board of the loo.
Are they the ones who are pounding natty seltzers
Oh,
after?
yeah. That's Bud Light seltzers.
Or
Oh,
Bud
yeah.
Light seltzers, whatever.
See, I'm just here to fact check.
Oh, yeah.
everything
Also,
that's
here,
on.
how about this one? Speaking of that, proud sponsor of the NHL, Truly Hard Seltzer.
Oh, they are now?
Bobby, he
They
jumped
were.
on you like you mispronounced that.
I mispronounced that. Peter Jock, joke.
Oh, Lord.
Here, real quick, before Thierry reads, and I got a question out here. Sean Glantz wants to know, where can we sign up for the golf outing for Tips for Tad?
You can sign up at Pints.
Sign up at Pints.
Yep. We don't go there today. I don't have the sign-up sheets ready. So the bartender will look at you like you have a booger in your face.
Or if you
I
just
will
if you
have-
still
yeah.
want to go there today,
I can
you
bring
hang out,
my
have a beverage, maybe
I'll get
maybe
them printed out. I'll have them there.
Maybe
you can
leave
sign
your
up for
name and
Pints
number.
starting Friday.
Okay.
All right. I'll have the sign-up sheets there by Friday.
And it's going to be June 20th for that one.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Front Street Brewery is the oldest brew pub in Iowa, nestled right along the bank of the mighty Mississippi, serving Davenport since 1992 with a bunch of awesome beers like the Davenport Gold, the Wise Guy, the Raging River, and that oh-so-popular Cherry Bomb Blonde. Check out the Facebook page for food and drink specials or visit the webpage at www.frontstreetbrew.com. That's Front Street Brewery, 208 East River Drive for the restaurant or the tap room in the Freight House complex.
This is Merrick Brave from SCW Pro, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
So you're what they call an industrial athlete, but this ain't no gym. You're working hard, but you got the right tools to get the job done? Would you play football and roller skates? I don't think so. So if your gear is beat up, tore up, all around mucked up, come on in and boot up at Quad City Safety, 5311 Tremont Avenue, Davenport. Or check us out at quadcitysafety.com.
See, very intrigued by the Dan Le Batard Show on ESPN Radio.
Roy, who is feeling older every day, and I think this is universal for people in sports, that you sort of can calendar your own age by guys you saw growing up playing when you loved sports, having kids who are now playing sports. But Roy has never felt older than he did during the break when, very sadly, he just said to me, Frank Gore's kid has enrolled at Southern Miss, and it's the first time you can remember an active athlete of any sort having a kid, but it's only because Frank Gore has been in the league 4 yards at a time since 1982.
He's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere.
Why would you when you still get 4 yards?
Frank Gore Jr. is going to put it on the poll, Antonio. Is Frank Gore Jr. going to retire from football sooner than Frank Gore Sr.?
The Dan Le Batard Show, 9 till noon on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Ace Muffler Clinic has been serving the Quad Cities area for over 60 years. There's a reason why our customers continue to trust us with their vehicles. We can fix almost anything. We can fix your muffler, tune your brakes, change your oil, change your tires, replace your battery, customize your exhaust, tune your engine, repair your suspension, replace your radiator and your water pump. Align your automobile, refill your transmission fluid, and change your filters. And we believe in doing all those things right the first time. For fast, friendly service, visit Ace Muffler Clinic at 4th Ave and 15th Street in Rock Island.
The Will Kane Show.
Joe Judge became head coach of the New York Giants. As I walked up today in the hallways, Mike A gave me that good to see you smile, but it's more like a wince because Nuno was nearby. We weren't really worried about anger so much as hurt feelings.
It was an apologetic look, like you'd see when you know somebody's had a rough day, like, how you holding up, big guy? How you doing, champ?
Wait a minute. We're all about honesty here. No one's like that. We want to see each other miserable. Like, that's what everyone was hoping for, is that I would be miserable, because it would have just been great for the show, right? Like, I would have to produce this show, and on a Monday after Jason Garrett's just sitting here clapping away, and then I can't even speak.
And just out of curiosity, not for any personal interest of mine or Mike A's or Bubba's, how miserable are you?
The Will Kane Show, 2 till 5 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Get your maximum refund and your taxes prepared for half the price with AmeriFile.
I'm Christy, a single mom from Bettendorf. I got tired of paying $250 at H&R Block, so I went to AmeriFile. As advertised, they did my taxes for far less than half the price.
Bring in a copy of last year's tax return done by H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, Liberty Tax, or any other tax preparer, and we will cut your tax prep fees in half, guaranteed.
This year, AmeriFile has the best tax prep deal in town. Save hundreds having your taxes prepared with AmeriFile. And you get free Rudy's Tacos, free Whitey's, free Chick-fil-A, Hungry Hobo, or Fresh Blend Smoothies. Trust AmeriFile's 30 years tax experience to handle any simple or complex tax situation. Remember, this tax season, save hundreds with AmeriFile, the best tax prep deal in town. Free Rudy's Tacos, Whitey's Ice Cream, or Hungry Hobo. AmeriFile Tax Centers, Davenport, Moline, and Clinton. Call 762-8087. That's 762-8087 or AmeriFile.com.
H&R Block is a registered trademark. After price taxes from last year's fees. $75 minimum.
Sports and beer. Enjoy both at lunch. Don't hassle us. We're local. Noon to 2 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
All right, we're back here in the Hassle Castle, brought to you by Dunright Satellite and Dish, and this is Don't Hassle Us or Local on AM 1170.
Now that you mentioned that, I want to look at the rankings, why the seed that they got.
So North Scott was what, 22-1,
and the second-ranked team in the state.
They just beat the second-ranked team.
Third-ranked team.
Yeah, they just beat the third-ranked team.
Waterloo was third-ranked team in the state, and they got a 5 seed.
There's a seeding meeting between the coaches, and it always goes never goes how you expect it to. I was surprised to see North Scott was a 5 seed. I figured they'd be, I guess, 4 at the worst. I figured they'd be a top seed.
Well, I'm assuming if Waterloo was ranked 3, and Cedar Falls is now seeded 4 or 5 or 3.
The thing is, the rankings are done by media members, and the seeding's done by coaches. So I guess you could look at this as like the coaches' poll to a degree. They think that, when all's said and done, and again, without knowing, without having talked to Seamus or any of the coaches, I don't know how the seeding meeting went, and I don't know what the arguments were. But clearly, the coaches at the end of the day thought that North Scott was 5th. I'm surprised. I think you've one loss, and there's some 2-loss teams ahead of you, and
that's kind of what I was looking at.
But again, and I haven't looked at I mean, I've been covering the girls so heavily this year. I haven't looked at common opponents or head-to-heads or anything, so I don't know exactly where they stack up in terms of their strength of schedule or anything. But I was surprised. I figured at worst, I figured they'd be a top 4 seed for sure.
Okay, just let's look at some of this. All right, if you go by the media ranking, if you go on maxpreps.com, they have their own ranking, okay? And they had, going into, let's just say the term is 3. This was days ago they put this out. North Scott was 5. Waterloo West was 3. Senior was 4. So those guys got knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now I just pulled that up just because it was something other than media. All right. And but the rankings of the media, the last ones came out February 17th. The last ones, and
it should be Ankeny Centennial 1, North Scott 2, Waterloo West 3, Iowa City West 4, and after that, I'm not sure how it bounces out. But again, like I said, that's media, and this is coaches, and there is some. There's going to be some biases, obviously. Iowa City West has been there 10 straight years, 20 overall. It probably holds a little bit more weight when Steve Bergman says we should be ranked X.
Okay, and then Cedar Falls, which they're the defending state champions.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So you have Cedar Falls that holds a little weight too. Could you bring that back? And they beat. Obviously, they've had some games against Waterloo West. I can't tell you right off the top of my head if they've beaten them, and against Iowa City West as well. So that's going to pull some clout. Coaches and
you know what? How much does the way that game ended last night make a have a factor? How much does some of the close games that North Scott has played this year in the MAC played a factor? Again, I haven't studied the strength of schedules, the common opponents,
yeah, this looks like a railroad job to me.
Yeah, I thought they'd be a top 4 seed.
I'm dead serious because you have 2 from the MAC, 2 from the MVC, and then 4 from the CIML.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the CIML is very heavy. 2 from the MAC are in the lower 4, 5 and 8.
Well, Davenport North should be an 8 seed.
I agree.
That's
okay.
Not
I agree with that at 16 and 8.
And that's not any knocking against North. It's
no,
just
not one bit. Yes, well, those are facts. I agree. But I'm just saying that the teams that are there,
but yeah,
there's 4 out of CIML, and they're going to say, like, what we played was better. That's our conference. That's a natural thing to have. Your neighborhood's better than my neighborhood's better than your neighborhood. Yeah. It's natural.
Hey, at least they have a meeting and have a chance for the coaches to try and impact where they're seated.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to the girls, which the rankings is only done by the union, and they go on and they seed based off the rankings. So if you look at 5A routinely, you have a lot of CIML teams tend to be in the top 8, so they will get the home games to go to state.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to get, whether they'll say it, they want to get as many CIML teams to the tournament as possible because they draw better. That said, it's not that, and then of course, but you also have the fact that the 5A MAC schools in girls basketball have not. Davenport North was the 8th ranked team this year, lost at home. PV was, I don't remember how high they were ranked last year, but they were a top 8 team. They lost at home. So, there's obviously some weight when the 5A MAC teams haven't been able to break through at state. But at least I think this is a little better system than when you have just the union in charge of everything.
Yes, because then
there are. I think they try to remain unbiased, but I think it's impossible to remain unbiased when you have a 21-0 PV team last year that was. I don't remember how high they were ranked, but they weren't, 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and again, when you're the human element you have in there, and you have to. I mean, you're going to see these other coaches too, and they're going to say, "Wait, you gave us a whatever seed."
The thing is too, and obviously you'd like an easier road. You'd like to avoid Ankeny Centennial until the title game, but then the argument is you're going to have to beat somebody. You have to beat people at some point to win a title. I mean,
it's never going to be perfect, but I bet you're looking at you're heading up to Des Moines tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll be
cover
back
North
in Des Moines
Scott
tomorrow
versus CPU, and then you'll be there all weekend, and got basketball, boys basketball after that. But then you go into and this is something that's new for us. Well, not new for us, but a lot of people don't realize this is actually crazier for you guys going into the spring because you're all over.
Well, sort of. I mean, it's a little less crazy once basketball season's over. But we're picking all Metro or all area wrestling teams, basketball teams, and stuff like that. And then we're getting ready for the spring season with track, soccer, baseball, and softball on the Illinois side, and then obviously the Storm are still going on. But these last few weeks with all the postseason has been crazy. So after really it's kind of almost eased up here once the state tournament is over for both basketball. And then we get a couple weeks of sort of, for lack of a better term, housekeeping in terms of and then it's back into.
But that's what I'm saying. But your nights aren't like, okay, basketball's every Tuesday, Friday, or whatnot. Like you have soccer, and then you have track and field. Like it's not. There's less of a
when
routine.
We get back into the seasons,
especially with Iowa, Illinois softball, baseball type of thing.
Yeah, when we get back into the seasons in the spring season when they start up here in a couple of weeks. Yeah, we'll get it'll be a lot. It'll be busy. I mean, it'll be something almost every night. But I'm looking forward to like next week when Matt's in Des Moines and I'm here worrying about the Storm and getting ready for other stuff. So.
And then Matt's in Des Moines, but fortunately anything comes up, you're going to be the one manning the phones when they call in and say like, how dare you not put Davenport on the cover after that thing. I mean, it's like I said, it doesn't matter. We've been through this. You're not going to please everybody. No, but you guys do a great job, and that's why we love having you on, and you guys pronounce all the names right. I don't. You're good looking. I'm not. Right, T-Ray?
I'm taller than you are.
Everyone's taller than me, exactly. So you said Sunday you'll be covering the Storm game.
Yeah, Saturday I might. It just depends on what North Scott does this week. I'll be in Des Moines Saturday regardless for the All-State meeting. But if they're done, I might be back. And
I think you're going to be okay.
But we'll see. I said that semifinal game is going to be good. I think. I don't think they're going to win by 20 points like they did yesterday.
Tomorrow, we're going to have James back in studio. We had James in February, but he's getting ready for some more of his to get some more gold in Special Olympics. He's been training for swimming. So big game James is going to be on tomorrow. I'm excited to have my friend back in here. You guys get to meet him for the first time. T-Roy, Serge.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
When was he in here?
It was in T-Roy was in Mexico, and it was a Monday. Bobby Mack
filled in for me.
Yeah, it was Martin Luther King Day. Yeah, he came in. He was in on a Monday. It was Martin Luther King. Gotcha. So that Monday. So we said we'll have him back because we want to talk to him. He'll be on tomorrow.
It was after birthday weekend.
That's what it was. Yes, it was. It was the 19th, January 19th. So you weren't. You guys were just. You guys just called took the day off.
Yeah. Hunged over.
Yeah, things happen, Jay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we got the band back together for like a 2-day stretch.
There was something going on that day before too.
Yeah, it's a Christmas party. It's a birthday weekend.
Yeah, we destroyed the village.
There you go.
I don't remember anything.
Weird.
All right. Yeah. So that'll be tomorrow. I'll reach out to Rosso too. I think he'll be able to make it. It's be fun seeing him, and we get to hear stories from the combine as well.
James is a Special Olympics. You said?
Yes.
What is he?
Everything.
All events?
All kinds of things.
Cool.
He's into powerlifting, swimming, but he just got done with winter. When we talked before, he won snowshoe and he was in a relay, but he's been working on the swimming.
Cool.
So it'll be fun to talk to him and catch up with him. I actually have to message him after the show. Bobby, over under how many times the Astros are going to get plunked this year? It's at 83.5. What do you think?
Depends on if they punish them. If they're going to start suspending players for hitting them, then it'll be under. People forget, like, you plunk somebody, you're going to help their chances of winning. That's why I think you're going to see. I thought you were going to see it a ton in the spring training.
I think
we'll go down.
It started quite a bit.
I think situationally they're going to plunk them as many times as they possibly can.
If you're up by 10 runs,
so I think it's
late,
I think it's still going to be up there. I would still take the over.
But I mean, that's the thing. I just you
Why do I like taking the over?
Bobby, we only got to.
I'm never.
You start hitting
45 seconds.
You start hitting people. That's OBP going up. So
45 seconds. I got to ask you a quick question. Did you like what they did with not just because they're Cubs, miking up the players in baseball? Did you like that?
Yeah, I do.
You think that's something we should do moving forward?
Mic up the players, mic up the umps, mic up everybody.
Easy Rays wants to know if you're going to vote in the Hassel bracket for the movies.
Haven't seen it.
There you go. You got Metcalf.
They mic up they mic up the coaches in XFL. I'm just saying. All right, you guys have a hassle-free Wednesday.
It's a new sport.
He had to get that in.
You guys enjoy yourselves, Quad Cities. We will see you tomorrow.
Love pizza chicken grease.